Hey, explorers. When we first started cruising, we only sailed Disney on our first two cruises. And what did we say, Greg?
We were never going to do another cruise line as long as we live. No.
5 cruise lines later and 15 cruises.
We broke our word.
We broke our word. We cheated on Disney. But in this episode, we are going to talk about the cruise lines that are out there, because there's a lot of cruise lines that didn't even know existed, and what cruise lines we are still interested in, and plus the cruise lines we have been on, what other ships are we interested in? All that's coming up next on
D&G Explorers.
I'm Derek.
I'm Gregory.
Come join us on our adventures on
D&G Explorers. Jelly, jelly. Hey, everybody. We are live.
Sorry, a squirrel.
Derek saw, oh, wow, what's going on here?
No, I thought the mic was broken. Then I just realized it's on backwards. I think this is actually how the mic is supposed to be, like that. Okay, there we go.
We've been having it wrong the whole time.
No, just because we put it in a box when we're not using it. But welcome in, everyone. It is what, Greg? June
12th.
June 12th. Already June 12th. Wow.
It is.
Halfway through the month, and it is hot. Hey, there's a cat you
And
hardly
we
see.
have special guest stars in the background.
That's little Samson. Hi, Samson. You rarely will see him, so that is a nice little surprise.
Okay.
Another squirrel moment. I don't even know where I was going with that. All right, so it's going to be a fun show today. It was 102 today. It's cooler than they lied to us. They said it was going to be 103, but it only got up to 102 today. But it's hot. It's very
It
hot.
is.
Luckily, we're not humid. We're here in the Central Valley of
We've-
California.
we've
Not a
ac-
lot of humidity.
We've actually had the air running a little bit. Well, actually a lot today. And it doesn't seem to go down. Like the thermometer isn't going down. It's set at a low number,
We'll figure it out.
but it's still staying the same temperature. I'm like, okay, when is this ever going to shut off?
Greg, why don't we welcome in our explorers that we have here, and then we're going to get into the fun because we have some different good things going on.
Of course, Nancy loves to hear about 102 weather. She said it's so cool.
Not when you don't have air conditioning in your car.
She loves the hot weather. Yes, that's true. So we're going to welcome Waypoint Explorers was here first. Welcome. We have self-proclaimed Captain Billy J. Travels. Carnival Cruise Addicts is here. Nautical Nurse Nancy. Cheryl One Deck Down. Welcome. More sunshine, please, with Jim. Can we get a little bit more sunshine, please?
Some plane.
Some
Sunshine
plane. Okay. Nick Torres, M. Stewart, welcome. And Jim was talking about National Corn Day. I wanted to make sure that I pronounced that so it doesn't sound like anything else. Yesterday. Corn on a cob, I guess, to be specific. I did not know there was a National Corn on a Cob Day. So that's interesting. I wonder what National Day today is. It seems like every day is a National something day.
You know, when I think of that now, when we had the street corn when we were on the Los Lobos on the NCO Encore, and you had that street corn that you loved in Los Lobos is a Mexican restaurant on the Encore. You're like staring at me like,
no, I'm listening.
What are you talking about?
I'm listening.
And they seasoned the corn,
The street corn.
yeah,
Yep. That was so
really
good.
really
Yes.
good. Life is good today. Woo!
Woo!
Welcome in.
Welcome.
We're gonna jump into some dillies here real quick.
Well, before we did that, I just wanted to say today is another day in history.
Oh yeah,
With the Pulse nightclub, it's the 8th anniversary of the horrible, tragic
8 years already
incident
in Orlando.
Yeah, that took place,
And they never reopened the place.
I just want to say God bless all those people and all the ones that were affected. And hopefully everyone's having a good day, and anyone that's been affected by it is getting through it. So, but we did want to acknowledge that.
I'm a sucker for trying all these different types of alcohol.
Well, you like blackberry. I like
Yes.
blackberry too. But this
is hard to
this
find.
looks good.
Yes. Crown Royal have come out with a limited edition blackberry one. So let's see what this looks like.
And he's just open it. Look, it comes with a little
Ooh,
satchel.
yeah, that's where you can put your money coins
A
in.
black and red satchel. So yeah, you could reuse that with all kinds of stuff.
We're just gonna put it in. I couldn't find the right cup. I was in a hurry, and the ice is already melting. But we're gonna put it in a little fish bowl.
Just drink the water, and then it won't be watered down.
I should have probably opened this beforehand, but I wanted the excitement of opening this.
So I drank my water down, so the ice is still there.
It's been so hot. Derek had to get Pedro a haircut from Napoleon Dynamite.
Vote for Pedro. No, it's not a
Billy
Pedro
says-
haircut. That is a good movie, though. I haven't seen it in a long time. His dance segment in that movie is hilarious.
Oh, Billy. All right, I'm having
Sure,
issues.
here's an adult joke for National Corn on the Cob Day. Why did the corn on the cob blush on National Corn on the Cob Day? Because it saw the butter spreading its love all over. Oh my. Interesting. What happened?
No, I opened it, of course, as soon as I walked away, but we're not going to fill it up all the
Why'd
way
you say, oh my God?
because the smell of it actually.
Well, I didn't get to smell it.
You will.
Let me smell from the jar.
Do you want to
please.
smell my finger? Because it's on my finger.
That
Didn't sound right.
It
Never
doesn't
mind.
sound right. You're right. It doesn't sound right.
So we're not going to go.
A little bit more.
Is that enough for you?
For those that have seen Harry Potter 3, the aunt that visits, she says, a bit more. because she loves her alcohol. So she's a lush. She wants a big heavy pour.
All right, so this smells very berry, very berry.
Very fragranty.
Gene G Jr., welcome
We'll
in.
switch it around a little, get those flavors going, and
Not wine.
mix it with the ice and get it a little cooled down a little bit.
So this is the Crown Royal Blackberry.
Ooh, it's strong. Oh, what are you
Cheers,
doing?
sorry,
Dilly
go
dilly. Dilly dilly to everybody.
This is definitely a sipping.
Yeah.
Saying that,
Ooh, that burn's going down.
and
Ooh.
not that we're trying to get buzzed today. And speaking
Ooh,
of Harry
ooh,
Potter,
that burns.
we had to put this in our Harry Potter
Harry
stein.
Potter. Gene G Jr., welcome.
We
just-
are having a shandy.
We just had some Crown Royal Blackberry.
He was here when we said that. I welcome him.
He
in.
just came in right now.
He's already buzzing. He doesn't.
I'm
remember.
not buzzing, but it's very strong. I mean, even this little amount, I don't know if I'm going to get through that.
So we're having a shandy. If you guys don't know what a shandy is, it's an English drink. and
Mary Ellen Gillen, welcome.
It's usually associated as a kid's beer, but basically what you can do is mix a 7-Up with, I use a Bud Light lime, because the more limey, the better. And it really, I'm not a huge beer
that
drinker.
will make your corn pop.
I'm
Yes.
always trying to find a beer which isn't bitter. I like the lagers,
Bitter beer face.
but with the, as I'm mixing drinks already, this really takes the bitterness of it.
Yes.
It's more sweet because there's a
We
7-Up
do love
in there.
our shandies.
So there you go.
Cheers.
Dilly dilly.
Oh, that hits the spot. Dilly dilly and
Mary Ellen Dillon lost track of time for she's researching travel. She is a travel queen for sure.
Awesome. Holly Ayers, welcome.
Welcome in, Holly. Waypoint says the community demands a compilation of Gregory Faces drinking.
Oh, I'm sure there's all kinds of faces from past shows. Yes. Dilly Dilly Jim, season's greetings.
Yes. So
As Jim always says.
and we wanted to get these drinks out here because
I need to add a little more 7-Up.
we were afraid that the ice was going to melt if we didn't put anything in there. So we have all that. So
Well,
always
it's still gonna melt if you put something in there.
yes, but at least it's going to chill the beer and 7-Up.
You know, if
quicker.
you put liquid on ice, it's not gonna melt. But if you leave the ice there without liquid, it's gonna melt. I'm joking.
Yes, that is a kicker.
This is strong. Now let's try this.
No, are you chasing it? You're doing a chaser.
God, that doesn't taste good. Do not mix your shandy with Blackberry Crown Royal. Not a good idea.
So Billy says Bud Light Lime over Foster's, which is Australian for beer. Yeah, I've had Foster's once or twice. I'm not a big fan of that.
Another clip. That was seriously not tasty together.
So
The mixing in the mouth. Yes, I was gonna swish it, but I'm like, I'll just go like this instead.
so
It's just like a shaker. Yep.
I didn't realize how many different cruise lines are out there, and we will probably never get a chance to sell on all these cruise lines. I believe me
You
when
never know.
when I start reading some of these, you're gonna like go, huh?
Well, some of them we might not even want to.
True. So these are some of the cruise lines, and as we're going along, we'll say if we've been on them, because as we mentioned at the beginning of this, we've been on 5 different cruise lines. So these are again global cruise lines. Aida, AIDA. It would be Aida.
AIDA sounds like
Yeah.
AIDA.
And
yeah.
if I remember right, that's an Italian line. I could be wrong. They're global, but I know they do a lot of European ones because I don't think I've ever seen one of their ships in port. Another one is, and if you guys have been on these, let us know and what you thought of them. And the other one, these are in alphabetical order, is American Cruise Lines. Now, I have heard of these.
I haven't heard of it.
These do a lot of the Riverway ones locally. They do one. Mom went on one. It was like a steamboat with a paddle wheel, and they were going through the
My
rivers.
gosh.
Yeah, they were going through like the deltas.
And they
in
have
there.
rooms to stay in those?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that is one. That
I've
was
only-
one I would be interested in doing.
I've only heard of Viking for river cruises.
Well, those ones look like a barge, like a stretched out
Mm.
barge, and these other ones don't.
Welcome, Ryan.
Welcome
Donahue.
in, our Bostonian
Mary
friend.
Ellen Dillon said, I'll skip the Fosters next year.
Oh, Nancy says she has seen an Aida. I'm going to call it Aida. If I say it wrong, guys, correct me.
Is Foster's the name of a
Yes,
cruise?
they do, Nancy. They do have a smile at the front of their ships.
Is Foster's the name of a cruise line?
Foster's is the name of a beer.
Oh, I didn't know what she meant, but I'll skip the Fosters
Foster-
next year.
Foster's,
Okay.
they're in a blue can.
Oh, that makes sense. I'll just have some more. Look, God help me.
Another cruise line, which is I consider these European, is Azamara. And I believe this is also another Italian cruise line. Again, I could be wrong. We haven't really thought about selling Europe. Maybe one of the days. There's one that we'll mention that I want to go on, but Azamara hasn't been one that I've thought about. Yes, I need to go on that. Carnival Cruise Line. We've
never been on a Carnival cruise line. Never. We got to try that sometime.
we have been on Carnival.
Yes.
They were one of our last cruise lines that we actually went on. We've been on the Radiance twice. They go out of the West Coast. We're the West Coast, and we went on that twice. We went on the Celebration this last October out of Miami. So we went on a smaller ship, and we went on a big ship. We have booked. We've had a casino offer this year, and we were able to go cruising again this year when we had to cancel all of our cruises.
We were actually not going to do any cruises this year, but this just came along.
Yeah, a good casino
never
offer.
been inside of a. We never stayed at an inside cabin. I'm still not crazy about it, but I will try it. It's 5 days.
Experience.
5 days.
7 nights.
Oh,
It's 7 nights for $718, including gratuities.
7 nights of total darkness when you turn off your lights.
And then that also includes $200 deposit or onboard credit. But the thing I like about Carnival is we've gone on a lot of different classes of ships, probably better spread out in terms of really experiencing the types of ships they have. And we're interested in going on the Carnival Legend, that class of ship.
Ryan said American sails out of Boston during the summer. It's not cheap from what I've seen.
Mary Ellen Dillon. American does the Mississippi cruises.
And then Nurse Nancy said, interior on Carnival isn't horrible in my opinion. Greg, pack a fake candle for a nightlight. That's a good idea. And actually, I'm sure they have nightlights that you could buy for the plugs for a cruise ship if it's an international plug, just so you have some kind of light. But they have little lights, I'm sure, up by the beds and stuff too, if you need to. So you're not in total darkness. I'm just joking. But
and the cool thing is on the Firenze, we are on the, I don't know if it's called the Lido deck. It might be the Lido deck, but we are in the very first cabin where if we freak out, we can quickly run out our cabin and we'll be out into the deck area. We're right near Blue Iguana.
If we freak out, okay, so we're going to run out and hopefully not fall overboard because we're going into that
we're interior
deck area.
Yeah. So we're in a good spot for us to be on an inside cabin. I sailed on a cabin the very first time, and Greg and I have been on 15 cruises together, and we have never done an inside cabin.
Mercy Rodriguez,
welcome in.
We are also going to do a ocean view cabin at some point. So really, we're going to try all of them except for a suite, which I can't ever see us needing to book a suite in a cruise line.
Never know.
We could do on Norwegian. We could do the oh my gosh, what is it called? On Norwegian,
Oh, the
Havana. Is it Havana?
I think I'm getting confused with Carnival. It's
starts with an H.
I think it is the Havana.
I think it's the Havana. We could do that, but then you would never want to leave your cabin from what we hear because they have everything there, private areas, everything. Oh my gosh.
Aw,
Life Adventure
Tammy.
Show. Tammy, thank you for the $10 super sticker with the
Haven.
little dog with the heart. Thank you so much.
Let's do the do. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We chat with Tammy a lot on Marco Polo, and it's always good.
The Haven.
That's what it is.
What
Thank
did
you.
I say?
Havana.
Oh, Havana was a show we saw
Oops.
on Norwegian, wasn't it?
Yes, but
And it was
it's
not
also,
it was Havana Nights.
but
It was not a very good show.
Havana is a oh no, it might be the Cabanas now I'm getting all confused.
Danny
on
did a
Carnival.
spectacular supporter.
Welcome in,
Welcome.
Danny. Great to see you.
Yeah, we didn't like that Havana Nights show. It wasn't
was
the
horrible.
best.
No, it was
yeah.
horrible. But those rooms on Carnival, if they're the Cabanas or Havana, I don't like them because people can walk in front of your room. So they give you, if you remember them, it's your room goes out and you have like from here to the wall, and you have like a little gate.
That little
and then people can walk in front of it. It's the whole area.
So it's not
exclusive.
really private though. Yeah.
And
that's not good.
Yeah, if you come out of your shower and you don't have any clothes on, then you're going to be advertising to everyone out there.
The shower is in your cabin. You're not going to walk. You don't get out of the shower and end up into your balcony right away. What kind of building of this cruise ship was this?
Yes, Havana area on their newer ships. So it is called the Havana.
I will say we appreciate all the hard work that they put into the shows on a cruise ship, but sometimes it is hit and miss with the shows. Because I was just thinking of how I said, Havana Nights, we didn't like it. We know a lot of work goes into it, but it was not getting very good, if you want to say critics, comments and things like that. A lot of people just it wasn't jiving with people, I'll say that. So but we appreciate all the work that goes into them.
Waypoint said they like the Havana, and if I remember right, they're releasing their vlogs now on the Panorama, so catch up on those. They were in the Havana on the Panorama.
The Whale Havana area feels like your own balcony. Whale Havana.
The whole.
Oh, am I reading that wrong? Oh my god. Well, it does look like whale from here, but yes, the whole Havana.
Have you ever stayed in one of the Havana areas? It's super calm and we loved it. The whole Havana area feels like
I was like, whales? Do they have private whale showings there or something?
It feels like a group party because if you hang out on your balcony and you got people hanging out there with you.
Nancy said whale. I say, oh well.
Well, if they come back, then you have a fan.
Oh my god.
That is hilarious. And Billy says they're going on the Friends Day as part of his so-called side-by-side, a day apart between. So Captain Billy's saying that. So Carnival. And Carnival
mix that with something.
We've really enjoyed.
Try some stuff up.
Lemonade. It would be good in a lemonade. We've enjoyed our time on Carnival, which we were kind of afraid if we'd like it. Every cruise line does things well. Every cruise line has things that can do better. And when I think of Carnival, I think of fun. They have a lot of fun stuff. They have the best parties. They have the best sailaways. They have the most interaction with cruisers on it. So like their sailaway parties, they blow everyone away. Like there's besides Dizney in terms of how people participate, But a lot of cruise lines, when they sail away, Virgin was a good one too. A lot of people are just like standing around watching. So Carnival's fun, and I love the blue iguana. I love the blue iguana.
I will say they do have good food there for like your Mexican burritos, breakfast burritos. But I say Mexican because it's a Mexican food place. So that's a good place to eat there.
Yes.
And we are looking into trying to participate in the cruise-a-thon again,
Yes.
August 9, not August 9.
August 9th and 10th, and possibly the 11th.
Oh, I thought that was a month. I'm like,
No.
wait, August is 8th.
Yes.
Okay, so 9th, 10th, or the 11th. Okay, so yeah, we're looking at that weekend for sure.
So Danny just and what Danny's talking about is last time we participated in the Helping Hands for Cruising Cruise-a-thon for people who might not ever be able to cruise, who might have special circumstances that prevents them from ever cruising, and there's different steps that they have to do, and all the money that is donated goes to this organization to help with it. Sean from Down Under Cruisers, he's one of the people that has really put this together, and we're looking at doing it. The only thing is, I have to work on Saturdays, so
maybe Sunday,
either a later time on Saturday, or if they do a Sunday, then we could easily fit into that.
We did it in February, I think, or March when we got
sloshed
coming into this house. We were having the sewage pipes redone and all that, and we were so drunk. But
already halfway.
Well worth the cause.
Email Sharon at Anderson's. Thank you. Yes. Yeah. And I have been, they've reached out to me. It wasn't Sharon who reached out to me, but I forgot who reached out to me. So thank you, Danny, for the heads up. So almost halfway through the show, we're just in the letter C's. So
Jamie Wilhite, welcome,
Jamie. One we haven't done yet, and we're interested in doing it, but we haven't had any plans on booking yet, is celebrity cruises.
Yes, I would like to do celebrity.
Yes.
Actually, we heard their food is actually good, very good,
and they have the grass on like the Edge class ships. I think they're the Edge class ships. They're the ones with the magic. They call it the magic carpet, the one that has the things on the side that goes up and down.
Yeah.
They have real grass on there, which I thought is pretty interesting.
Gary, God bless him. I think he was always talking about celebrity and their food and how much he likes celebrity as well. So definitely we'll have to try out celebrity at some point.
Yes. Then there is one I've never heard of, Celestial Cruises. Never heard of that. So definitely we'll have to look into that.
It sounds celestial.
Another one which someday I think we could fit in, Cunard, which is an English cruise line.
Cunard? It sounds like something from Star Trek.
Full steam
I'm thinking like Captain Bernard, but
no,
Captain Cunard.
That's what Hyacinth on Keeping Up Appearances. That's the cruise line that they went on.
Wait, it's not even Captain Bernard.
What
is his name on Star Trek?
You're talking about Captain Kirk?
Captain Picard.
Oh.
But Cunard, wait, what is it called?
Cunard.
Picard. It kind of sounds like Star Trek. There you go.
So possibly one day we might be interested in it. I look at that as more of a sophisticated cruise line. It isn't a European one. I do know their ships do come out to America, but I don't know if that would be hot on our list of doing.
Well, I think we're a little sophisticated enough to go on those cruises.
I imagine like every night you're in a tuxedo.
Oh my gosh. No, I'm not going to afford a tuxedo every night.
Another one, which is owned by Carnival, is called Costa Cruises. In fact, the Firenze and the other ones that they recently purchased are ships that were in the Costa fleet, and Carnival brought them over. So
Hammy mentioned Margaritaville cruise as well.
They have a new ship that's going out of Tampa.
That
awesome. Actually was not on this list.
That looks like a party on the sea right there.
And we might be possibly be interested in that. The problem is with those cruises, they do short cruises, and for us to
Yeah,
come
we
from the
like
West
the-
Coast,
We like the long cruises.
unless we're doing Billy a true side by side,
Oh boy.
then it's not really worth it for us to fly out over there just
Yeah.
for three
Yeah.
nights. Not worth it at all. Um,
Unless it was like Disney, that was special, and that was worth it.
yes, well, guess we're now into the D's.
Woohoo, Disney!
Disney Cruise Line.
Love
is
it. My
in-
favorite.
As we
Hmm.
both chug a drink down. Disney Cruise Line. We love Disney. It's Greg's number one cruise line. It's not mine, but it's Greg's number one cruise line. We have failed. We have
You said
sailed.
failed.
I meant to say
Sailed.
we've sailed
Oh, okay.
on 3 of the original 4 Disney ships. We have not
Mhm.
been on the Disney Wonder, which is their second ship, and it's one of their smaller ships. We have not been on the Wish. We
Mhm.
are looking at plans on going on the Disney Treasure, and we love how Disney does the easy. But you're knocking the thing around.
Oh, I just touched.
I love the decor of what the Treasure is more so than what the Wish is.
I still want to do both of them though.
The Treasure is going to be more of a darker theme, and it also is like the atrium in the middle.
Well, it's
Is
Aladdin.
going to be
also.
Aladdin,
Yeah.
yes. And that's going to be pretty cool. on there.
Nancy said Southwest is running
Oh.
some good deals on flights.
So Waypoint says Margaritaville are old Costa ships. The new one is a Spirit class ship. Awesome. The new Margarita, yep, and then that's also Mary
you
Ellen.
can't even say the word
I'm,
Margaritaville. The new Margarita. Yep.
Mary Ellen said the same thing.
Margaritaville.
Nancy says Southwest Airlines is running some really sweet prices for flight if anyone is needing to book those. That is awesome.
See, like that might be worth flying for a 3-day cruise to, back east. But I would still want to do like a back to back or a side to side or
Yes.
whatever you want to call it.
Our the first cruise we went on together was a 3-night cruise on the Disney Dream.
That was before we were even vlogging.
Yeah,
we weren't
but we
even
did-
a YouTube channel.
We did bump it up with a or back it up with a 4-night Walt Disney World trip. So the
Yep.
trip ended up being
it,
7 nights.
it made it worth
Yes.
more to go. Yeah.
Okay, we're already out of the letter D's. We are going to the letter E's. Emerald Cruises. Don't know anything about that. Are you guys familiar with Emerald Cruises? So would have to check them out.
Sounds like Emerald City from the Wizard of Oz.
Right.
Maybe they have a Wizard of Oz night.
They have Explora Journeys.
Explora.
Never heard of them before.
Like EXPLORA.
Yeah, Explora. Like
Never heard
Dora
of-
the Explorer.
I was thinking, yeah, never heard of it.
So Explora Journeys. They have Holland America line. Not one hot on my list. We saw our friends Mike and
It's like a hit
David.
and miss subject for us.
Yeah, we were picking up our friends in San Diego. They were on the Disney Wonder. We went a day early, and the hotel we stayed at was directly right in front where the cruise they parked, like they could run straight into your room, at least the room that we were in. And one of the Holland America ships came in, and we were like, that thing sells. It looked beat up, but their niche is they do a lot of like that cruise was like a jazz cruise, so all these
Isn't
different
it
bands
more
and
for older
musicians.
generations.
Kind of an
really.
older-
That's what they cater to. Anyway.
Yeah, but also like they do like the jazz cruises where all these different bands play, musicians play.
I like jazz.
So they're kind of unique. Our friends Maddie and Scott from NoMapsNeededTravel, they were saying that Greg, careful as you're touching that. Holland is trying to change what they do, and they did a short cruise up in out of Vancouver, and they said it was like a party cruise, and they said it was a lot of dancing. There was a lot of stuff. So it sounds like MSC is trying to, or sorry, not MSC, Holland America is trying to change what they do over there.
Thank you, Jamie Will. Hi. Don't worry, Tammy, if you're listening and doing something else.
Have a great night, Jamie.
Mike Jackson, Explorer Cruise, captained by Dora. I'm not lost, she says. I'm exploring. And then Nurse Nancy got a good deal round trip 250, and her coworker round trip to LA for 250. So she got one for Florida, and her friend got one for LA. So that's cool. It just depends, I guess.
Yeah.
When you do it.
True. And Mike Jackson, welcome in, Mike. Thank you for joining us. Did you say hi to Mike? Mikey Jackson.
I read what he said, excuse me, but welcome.
The next one is I kind of messed up and said, but it's MSC Cruises. I know there's a lot of love and hate towards MSC.
I would try MSC. I don't know much about them.
Their ships are beautiful. There's been a lot of customer service issues. They are, if I remember, they're either the oldest cruise line. I think that's what it is. Or they might be the biggest cruise line. But I think they're the oldest cruise line that is out there. And they're mainly a European, Italian cruise line. And they're starting to bring ships over here in the U.S. They've been doing it for several years now.
Well, I think customer service, or, if you want to call it customer service, is subjective, if that's the word, for anyone. It's kind of like biased opinions. Everyone's going to have their own opinion. What one person could have as a bad experience, another person might say, oh no, I've had great service on MSC. So you can't always go by what people say.
We always say you have a ship with 4,000 people on it.
Yeah.
Not everyone will have the same experience. Right. And some people will have things happen to them.
Yeah.
Some won't.
People are human. As long as you're not being verbally attacked or picked on by a crew member, if they're having a bad day, you understand, you try to help them brighten it. But if they're purposely going after you, then that's a totally different thing.
So Tammy says was going to do an MSC to do a DC talk cruise one time, but changed our mind. Now, the one thing about really is enticing with MSC is they're not that expensive when you compare. I mean, any cruise is expensive, but when you look at the prices and what you get and what they offer, they're really decent. So I would be open to, I know we will try MSC, and we will probably try MSC before we do Celebrity. And
no,
some
we
of the
don't
other
know.
Cruises. Yes, so I'm very open to trying MSC.
I like to try both. We just don't know what order we're going to do it in.
Yeah. Because we are going to win the lottery. So once we win the lottery, and no problem.
At
another
that
one,
point, we'll just get our own cruise ship and sail the 7 seas all we want.
Another one I never heard of is called Mystic Cruises, and the company's called Mystic Cruises / Atlas Ocean Voyages.
Oh wow,
I've never heard of them. So
I thought I did, but now with all that,
do they have like a little ball there that they look into, the Mystic cruise? The captain controls the ship with that.
They're like, will you have a good cruise? Let's see.
The other one, next one, my favorite cruise line is Norwegian Cruise Line. So this is another cruise line which ticks a lot of people off.
We always have a good time.
Yes, we do.
It.
Yes.
And the Bliss is my favorite Norwegian ship, but the Bliss is Derek's favorite ship altogether.
Oh, I love the Bliss. So Nancy says Mystic sounds a bit cryptic. Waypoint says sounds like a nude cruise line.
It sounds mystified.
I like NCL because it is a good quality ship. The ships are beautiful.
And they're classy looking too.
Yes. And there's yes, you do have to, you can upgrade and buy things, but they're there for you if you want to do it. If you want to do go-karts, if you want to go to these different specialty restaurants.
They're the only ones that have go-karts on a cruise.
Yes. And some have little spins on that. Like Royal has they have the bumper cars on some of the Royal ships.
That's nothing.
See, Cheryl says the Bliss is her favorite ship too, and Nancy says NCL is a great cruise line. I'm in a lot of Facebook groups, ships that we've been on, cruise lines, and a lot of people have been dogging NCL on there. And a lot of them are some people who've been on Royal or they've been on other cruise lines.
We still have to get on a Royal cruise. Gosh darn it, we are going to do Symphony of the Seas. We are destined to do that.
Yes. Nancy says, loved NCL. Our favorites are Carnival, NCL, and Royal.
We have had to cancel Symphony 3 times.
Yes. So that's coming up.
Well, I'm
Next
just
one
saying
is,
because Nancy brought it
this
up.
is more of a smaller niche, more of a higher expensive one. Regent Seven Seas Cruises. They go to they're smaller ships. So I know they're expensive. Possibility of one day we might do that.
I never heard of
Royal
them.
Caribbean International is Royal Caribbean, and yes, there are several ships in Royal class that we want to sell.
I
and
still want to do
finding-
Symphony first.
Yes, finding the right time to get on the ship is so. Royal, if you're listening, help us out. We would love
Oh yeah.
help us out.
I mean, I know they have the biggest ship in the world now, but I still want to do Symphony first.
Life is good to say has never tried NCL.
Did you just say
like
life
it
is good to say?
today.
I don't think you said that, but okay.
Cheryl says Royal. See, when I Cheryl kind of like what I was thinking. Royal is similar to NCL, just a different layout. And I kind of think of Royal and Celebrity and NCL kind of being in that same kind of category. Okay, yeah. So Symphony, yes, that's crushed us that we've had to cancel
3
Symphony of the
times.
Seas. We
It's like,
want to sell in that ship so bad. We've
like,
looked at
why?
Harmony of the Seas because there is that Hallmark movie called Love at
I would
Sea,
rather do Symphony
and
though.
it's on the Harmony of the Seas.
Symphony.
That would be special too to
Yeah,
see.
but Symphony is what we've been trying to do.
So this one sounds a little expensive. Scenic luxury
Wait,
cruises
did you
and tours.
skip one?
No, I've done that. and I
You
didn't.
didn't bring up Princess.
It's on the other side. Oh wait,
Oh, you're
Oh.
skipping some.
I didn't write down Princess.
Oh, well, Princess Cruises is right up there with NCL. I think they're very
Yes.
classy.
Yes.
They don't have all the bells and whistles that other cruise ships have, but they do have, good amenities
forgot about-
and fun things to do.
Yes. Yes.
Michael and Spoil Mama, welcome.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Yes, we've been and thank you. I did not write Princess down.
I can't believe you.
I can't believe I didn't write it either. We've been on
They have the best spa so far I've ever seen. I've done it a couple times.
3 Princess ships. They've all been the same class. We've been on the Royal, we've been on the Sky, and we've been on the Discovery.
Yep. And
Discovery was their newest before the Sun Princess came out, which we were supposed to be on, and we had to cancel. That was this year that we had to cancel.
I think I like the spas more with Princess because I love the layout, and it's more enclosed and private. It's actually, tucked away in a side of the ship, and
You did like the Princess ones probably more so than the
Yeah.
other ones.
well, that's the only one I've ever had anything.
Well, you were
done
impressed
at.
with Carnival.
Yeah, I've only had services done at the Princess Spa.
You did Disney.
I didn't do Disney.
Yeah, because you remember you went into the
Oh yeah, that. Yeah, I did do that. But it seems like all the cruise lines have that kind of thing with the different showers and the rainforest effects and all that kind of stuff. But the other services like massaging and all that kind of stuff, I've only done that at Princess, and I like their layout and the enclave. It's very nice. All the saunas and stuff, they're very well spread out and private. You don't feel like you're on display or anything with people walking by.
I would say for the main dining room, Princess is number one with their food. And they give you a little bit smaller proportions, so you can sample different ones. Because our friends who are Princess
But you can
pros,
get more if you want.
yeah, they would order like together, and they would get like one of everything, and they would sample like the different food. Whereas some of the ones, like when you're done eating, you're like, okay, I can't have any more. I can't have dessert. But Princess, they have one of my favorite bars, at least on the ships that we've been on. Good Spirits is an amazing bar, and it's kind of like the Alchemy bar, but this one is drinks from around the world. And we still have all those cards of if they have them, they give you
drinks.
cards.
Yeah, you can try different drinks, and you can get the card for each one that you actually try, and collect them all if you want.
Yes, and then the recipes on the book
so you
there
can
too.
make them at home.
So and they have one of the best, I think the best pizza on any ship, which was Gigi's, and it was It was Gigi's, and then on another one, I forgot the name of it, on another ship. I can't name it. But anyway, it's included in the cost, and the pizza is very good on that. You're gonna mess me up.
You did write it down. You just forgot all of these.
Oh, okay. I haven't. Well, I'll hit those on the backside of it. Okay, so Princess, we definitely recommend, and we were going on the Sun Princess. We are looking at possibly doing the Star Princess because I believe it's going to be coming out on the West Coast. So we would love to sail on the Star Princess.
I don't want you to pop my eye or something. So we're in the S's
yes.
now.
So Scenic Luxury Cruises and Tours. Never heard of them. I don't know what they do. Mercy, we can't confirm or deny that because she says no. We have done 5 princess and 5 celebrity, and celebrity food is the best. And that's what we hear. Celebrity food is good. So definitely one of the reasons why we want to try celebrity. So good to know. Seabourn, I've heard of Seabourn. They do a lot of smaller cruises into different unique areas. Possibly. Sea Dream Yacht Club sounds exclusive. Don't know about that.
Think I would ever do that.
Silver Sea Cruises. They're another smaller niche one. Don't know about those. TUI
Cruises? Never heard of them.
No, but they're global. So, but I've never seen a TUI cruise.
Virgin Cruises.
Virgin Cruises. That's the next one.
That's between Virgin and Dizney. For me, their food is the best. Both of them. I can't pick between the two, but both of them have very, very good tasting food. Dizney and Virgin are very good with their food.
Well, the cool thing with Virgin is that all the different restaurants are included. So you don't have any specialty restaurants that you have to pay for. Piazza Alfredo's, thank you, Nick. That's what it was for Alfredo's and Gigi's. And that is similar to Disney's rotational dining, which you get to go to 3 different themed restaurants, and they have like the shows that they put on during it, which makes it unique. But Virgin food is very good. Their Korean barbecue was really good.
Which restaurant was that? Was that the one they cook in front of you?
Yes.
I forgot what the name of it was.
I was too. That's why I said the Korean barbecue. But the still my favorite on any cruise line is a teppanyaki from NCL. That's been my favorite.
Teppanyaki is fun. Anything where it's interactive when you're, like with your food, and if they're cooking in front of you, or you have a show while you're eating, that's fun also.
We will be sailing Virgin again for sure. And they are also going to be coming out on the West Coast. So with us West Coasters, yes, we will be for sure going on
so Nancy Virgin. Wants to do celebrity. Waypoint Explorers says celebrity and Virgin are close on food. Their buffet is hands down the best.
That's
Waypoint
awesome.
Says. So, yeah, we've heard nothing but good things with celebrity. So, who knows, Nancy? We might go on a celebrity cruise the same time you do on the same ship and everything. So,
we that might be maybe Nancy's.
And maybe Waypoint, too. You never know.
That might be Nancy's group cruise with her moderators, since we are moderators for Nancy.
He's like, hint, no.
Another one is Windstar Cruises, which I've heard of them. I don't know how big they are. Here's some more. The Oceania, I've heard of Oceania Cruises. I believe I've seen Oceania ship, and I thought I saw one in Miami when we were there. On the other side,
so you're doing the ones that we
missed.
So we did
Pearl Seas Cruises.
I haven't heard of that one.
Haven't heard of them. Ponant Yacht Cruises and Expeditions. Haven't heard of them.
Nancy said, "Let's do it." Well, right, we'll get it together sometime soon. We can talk about it.
We talked about Princess Cruises. Love Princess. Really love Princess. If I had a chance to go on Princess, I would do it in a heartbeat. And then this is a unique one I've never heard. And my favorite Star Trek character is Quark from Deep Space Nine, the Ferengi. Well, they have one called Quark Expeditions. So I wonder, is he your captain, Quark?
Oh my
And he's
gosh.
taking you to all these things? Quark Expeditions.
Waypoint, don't call it a group cruise. Call it a get-together cruise or a let's hang out cruise or something like that.
Waypoint says, don't call it a group cruise because we've had 2 group cruises and they had to be canceled. So
Well, I'm not saying we're putting it on. We're saying Nancy will do a moderator cruise and moderators can cruise. Moderators of hers can go and maybe we can invite some people that we would like to go as well. So that would be fun.
So here's some more. I've seen this ship. In fact, when we did our Disney fantasy video, we had a horn battle with a Fred Olsen ship. I had never heard of Fred Olsen before. It's called a European cruise line, but they do go out to the Caribbean, and we've seen it in another port too. It was tiny compared to the Disney fantasy. Fred Olsen. Remember that little ship? But I filmed it, and we were doing like the Disney one on their bigger ships. They have like 3 different sounds that they make from Disney ones. And we're fine. We got 9 minutes. We're good.
Right.
And so yeah, it was cool to hear our horn battle with their but it's cool when ships do that. Another one, I know our friends the Cruise Monkeys out in England, they like to do P&O, which is P&O Cruises, which is UK. I would like to sell on them someday.
I was just saying what P&O stands for.
But I understand it's a little bit different. With us being from the US, you have to book it a little bit differently since we're considered foreigners in England.
From PTV,
welcome. Ben is part of our buddies from Pepper Tree Villa. They go live every Monday. They're going live now, and if you guys haven't had a chance to check out their show, please do. Also, Ben releases videos, Life with Ben, every Thursday coming out. So he'll have a new one coming out tomorrow. So check out our buddies, our California buddies. Here's another one which I've never heard: Hapag Lloyd Cruise.
I never heard of it.
Morella Cruises. These are European. Saga.
Sounds like Sega.
I know.
Saga.
And Sea Cloud. Now, a couple of ones that Greg and we actually were looking at a Paul Gauguin.
That would have been
Gauguin
so
cruise.
Expensive.
Yeah, they do like.
Yeah, it's probably best we didn't.
They do
it
Bali
right
and some of the South Pacific islands. What is it? Mighty Cruise Ships or Cruise Ships? They actually did an episode of the ship that we would have been on, but that fell through. We were looking at doing that in 2025. Viking.
I would like to do Viking.
Yep.
Actually,
I would love to do that.
Interesting.
They are a little bit more expensive, but everything's included. Your excursions are included. Excluded.
They're excluded.
Yes. And we did a live show talking about this, but National Geographic has one. It's called National Geographic /Limbold Fleet, and these are some of the smaller ones that go to like Antarctica.
They're kind of pricey though.
They are. They go to the Galapagos, but they show like the newer ones. Their hull is strong, and they can go on top of the ice
they break through the ice.
Yeah, but they sit on there.
I don't think it's on the ice.
No.
Otherwise, it'd be listing one way or the other.
No.
It's not like a giant ice skate. They have to break through the ice.
This is it. I'm going to show.
I think they're breaking through the ice.
That is their newer ship on there, but isn't it a beautiful ship? So that's definitely one that I have been interested in doing.
That kind of worries me though, if they're breaking through the ice, because it's not bulletproof. What happens if there's a piece of ice that they just can't get through and it ends up putting damage on the cruise ship? So I don't know.
Well, the hull is reinforced on it. So many different cruise lines out there.
Did we do the whole list?
Yeah. Greg, I did the whole list. So it's kind of funny how we came from saying that we were only going to sell.
What was Limbold Fleet?
That's the one I just showed you, the picture of National Geographic.
They're the same thing. Yes. Okay, you had it like 2 different things on the list. Okay,
that's what it is. It's interesting how we've come from going on the Disney cruise line only wanting to sail Disney. And I remember the first time we went on NCL, we went as part of a group cruise, and there was like a fear of, are we going to like it? Is this something we want to do?
We loved it.
And we went on the Bliss, and then we went on the NCL Escape. So we went on Norwegian twice. And then we went back to Disney. We went on the Disney Fantasy. And I was worried that I would like Disney as much as I did NCL. And I started crying when I walked down, because Disney it's such their like how they the decor of it is so whimsical, and just I was just walking down there, and we were walking to, I think, the Animator's Palette. We're looking at, I don't know what we were doing, and I start tearing up. I'm like thinking, okay, yeah, I like Disney just as much as I thought I would before, as I did before. So bottom line is, exciting to go on cruises, no matter what cruise line. Again, every cruise line has something that you love with cruising, and there's things that, yes, they can do better with it.
It would be fun just to have like a viewers cruise, like anyone that follows us, which I guess technically would be a group cruise, but we don't have to call it a group cruise. But anyone that follows or watches, if we go to a cruise and you all want to come along, that would be fun too. So
yes.
it doesn't have to actually it doesn't have to be called a group cruise. It's just
They can be
a get together cruise where you just all join us.
We were on so Ben says, what's with the beak on the front with the ship? Yeah, it's designed like that
to bowl it through.
Yeah, it's a stronger hull because of them going through ice. Ben, you're a moderator. Can you put the Pepper Villa link in there, please, for you? Their channel is PTV, Pepper Tree Villa. Oh, sorry, that's the Pepper Tree Villa is the name of their channel. But if you can put that in there. But definitely there's so much exciting with cruising. We don't have a new cruise
getting a little
booked.
less.
We don't have a cruise line book that we haven't sailed on for a while. So we'll probably have to start
we'll have to look at that in the future. We have a couple things we already booked for the foreseeable future, but we'll have to look at other things.
Ben, Derek would probably call it a group grope.
Oh my god!
You know what, Ben? The way things come out of my mouth.
No, there won't be any of that.
But we were on the non-group cruise on the Celebration. Betsy from Beach Please, and also the Adventures Ahead with Josh and Michelle. They put it on, and that was kind of overwhelming because there was over 100 people there.
It was fun.
Yes, and then there were other people that were part of that,
and
it was very hard to meet everyone. We were able to hang out with Nancy and their family for 2 nights, and that was an amazing time to be able to spend that with them. So whenever you have times like that, you cherish those, and it just makes your cruise that much better. But it's kind of bad because some of the times you just can't have that quality conversation if you have like a big
everyone does their own thing, then we get together for certain things, and then it's loud, and you try to have a conversation, but you have to kind of like set up time on your own to talk to people because it just gets so loud and crazy, but it's still fun, you know.
Yes.
We don't want to keep anybody out, or, you know, what is the word I'm looking for? You don't want to like separate anybody from not talking to you and stuff. You just don't always have the time.
Yeah, sure. But I think that's it, Greg. Top of the hour. A lot of cruise lines that we still want to sail. A lot of cruise lines we've been on and enjoyed them all. I mean, we went through our list of what we thought was our favorite cruise lines. We actually did a analysis of it, and Virgin came out the number one when we like compared what was the best out of all the ship categories.
Like we did our own thing. We didn't look at each other's, and it ended up being
Virgin for both of them.
I mean, I still love Disney, but just the categories and everything ended up adding up because we added up the points, and Virgin was the one that won. So
yes, and we are
how we did it, but we did it.
As of now, we have the Bliss scheduled for the 3rd time. Mexican Riviera in 2026.
And when?
April, I think 2026.
Yeah.
We're going on the Bliss.
Oh, I can't think that far ahead.
But
It's nice to make plans, but yeah, we'll just live
But
each day.
thank you everyone for
Have a
joining
good
us
night.
tonight.
Thank you, everybody.
Yes. And I'm Derek.
And I'm Gregory.
If you forget our names, it's okay because I'm Little Explorer.
And I'm Big Explorer.
And as Walt Disney once said,
We are just getting started.
But
have a good night.
go on a cruise. You
Yes.
won't regret it. Have a great night, everyone.
Dilly dilly, everybody.